Well, hey there everyone, Kaye here, sharing my life on the homestead with cats. If that's of interest to you, I hope you subscribe if you haven't already. Today's a rainy day and I thought, I'm sharing my life, right? So I've been baking one of my monster squashes from last year, and I'll put the link right up there. When I harvested those, I think there was 65 pounds or something of this mystery squash, which I believe to be a cross between butternut and maybe cushaw or trombacino. I know I grew cushaw and butternut over there. The seed looks very much like butternut. And I'll show you what I've been baking this morning. Take a look. Okay, that is so yummy because I had a few from day before yesterday and I didn't finish baking it all, but I'm moving on to cushaw after I do this. Anyway, it is April the 9th. This is the day after the big solar eclipse, which you've probably heard so much about. There were thousands of videos on YouTube about the eclipse, and I'm sure you've seen many pictures, but I took, I just downloaded them. I took 469 pictures. Yes, and because, you know, I was very into photography at one time. I don't have good equipment for anything astral, but I just used the camera that you're seeing this on, and just went out and stood there, and in about 15 minutes, it had just started when I went out, and in about 15 minutes it had covered to the 99% that we got to see in Tennessee, right out here in my front yard. I thought, I'm going to travel, I want to see this. I thought, no, not doing it. You never know. It could be raining, and we had a lot of clouds yesterday. But when the sky would open, I would do it. So I'm going to make a video. You know, a lot of times I make these relaxing videos. People just say they put my video on just to relax, and so I'm going to make a video with the progression of the good pictures. I have to edit and see what's actually a good picture, and put that up right after this one. So I hope you'll look for that. And I'll find some great classical music or something to put with it. So what I wanted to do is, yes, it's raining, but I want to get some arugula seeds planted. And I'm kind of hoping I can do that somewhere in the rain maybe. Well, I can probably do it right here. And I'm just going to plant some arugula in a little planter that I have. It's a 3-foot by 8-inch planter or something. I just got to get some arugula planted. It's one of my absolute favorite things to eat, and it's so good for you. Look it up. I pulled it out so it would get a little rain on it, so it's just so much easier planting into soil that's damp. And I want to grab it real quick, and I've got to go over to the shop and get some potting soil and some fertilizer, and oh gosh, the seeds are not in my pocket, so I'll have to get that together, and I'll be right back. I got the seeds, and these seeds are from Botanical Interests, and I am an affiliate. They have everything. It is a big company, and they have a great affiliate program. So if you are still looking for seeds for this season, please go to Botanical Interests and use my link underneath the video. I'm also an affiliate for survival seeds, so if you want to get some packages with, you know, a whole survival kit of vegetables, a whole survival kit of medicinal herbs, and more, be sure and check out that link as well. We cannot be too stocked up on seeds, especially heirloom seeds. This is an heirloom. It's called Arugula 1 Rocket. I don't know what the 1 is for. That's the first time I've noticed that. But these seeds are fresh, and I had a bunch of arugula seeds, you know, from 1819, and because I always buy that, and they never all get used. So But I thought, you know what? I want to make sure I have seeds, arugula seeds now. So I am going to run over to the shop, put on my new raincoat. Ooh, gosh, I see that it's already dirty. And this is a birthday gift. So I'm going to run over and get the stuff, and we're going to plant it right here. Kaye, I think I've got everything. I got a little wet. We're going to try to do this in the cover of the porch, because why waste a rainy day when you could be planting? It's 61 degrees, right? So, and of course, arugula will grow all year long. So I actually found, well, I found it yesterday, a fresh packet of baby greens. For all I know, it's exactly the same seed, because the directions are the same, except that you harvest it at 2 to 3 inches. So you just got little pieces, wonderful. Since I had this tray of soil left over from my onions, I thought I could be growing this in my kitchen under my grow light, no problem, or outside. It's warm enough. And yes, arugula is frost tolerant. So if we do get another cold spell, and it is going to be down in the 40s at the end of the week, but man, I am so ready to get my stuff out. Are you? My house is a mess. I can't wait to just clean it up and get all those plants out. All right, so I'm going to turn the camera over here. We're going to quickly plant these seeds. Since this was not used last year, well, since last year, wasn't used all winter, I'm just going to put some bone meal and lead meal in here, kind of spice it up. Got some azomite also. I'm going to put a little bit more soil in here. If I was doing anything more strenuous in the garden, I would have my hair pulled back for sure. A group of 3 seeds every 6 inches, 1/4 inch down. Since this is about 8 inches, I'm going to put 2 rows in here and just harvest it young. So I'm going to put, I'm going to try to get 3 seeds. That's pretty impossible, unless you use a tweezer, which I often do. If you've never seen a rocket seed, I'll give you a peek. I'm just going to do a little pinch and hope it's 3. And you can do arugula succession planting also. So hang on to those seeds. You're going to want to reboot. And soil depth 1/4 inch. I find it very difficult to get it exactly that much, but I'm going to pinch a little together like so. Hope it comes out to be about 1/4 inch. Now this planter will live outside, but we got a lot of rain this week, and it's damp now, so I'm thinking I'll probably just leave it, you know, under the porch. Because my kitties have a tendency to see something like this as a perfect place to go to the bathroom, I will put my usual netting across that. Hi, BJ. I know. You're helping. So because I have crushed leaves, well, they're kind of crushed. I think my blade is going. I'm going to go ahead and put some mulch on here. Mulch suppresses weeds. I mean, you do get weeds in planters, you really do. Suppresses weeds and holds in the moisture. Protects tender plants from sunburn. Just gives you a little bit of a cushion. Whereas if they're not covered, if they're totally exposed to the elements, it's a little harder on them. So I'll show you. I just took this off of my onions that I started. This is not Fort Knox, but it's a little bit of a deterrent. And it keeps the cats out for sure. I love these clips. Be hard to garden without them. All right, let's set this out in the gentle rain. Got two more things to do here. I'm going to add a little bit of soil this tray. Okay, so I realize that this is not fine enough, so I am going to strain it. Plus I have too much. Okay, baby greens calls for fine seed starting mix, which I don't have. So you can either strain it. I wound up trying this one too small, this one too small, and then this one. Even though it's got bigger holes, it breaks up all the clumps and makes it very fine. And that's what you want for growing the baby greens. So this says 3/4 of an inch apart, and I'm just going to sprinkle. I mean, that would take me all day to get that exact. Thinning is not required, but you know, if you drop 2 or 3 seeds close together, then well, you'll have it coming up. Okay, now we've got our seeds, and we're just going to add 1/4 of an inch. Just kind of guesswork, you know, doing it this way. Now, if you're doing this inside, you could just spritz it. But I'm going to just leave it out in the gentle rain. Okay, one more thing. Ginger. I have this little pot that's the perfect depth and width for 2 or 3 pieces of ginger. So I have these great little things that you can put over holes to keep the soil from falling out in your house. You can also cover the whole thing with some leftover netting from something or other. As you can see, this shoot is wanting to go up this way, so you're going to want to put them in that direction, like so. This one's kind of pointing up, so I'm going to do that one like that, and this one I'm going to do like that, and I think I'm going to break these two apart. And because normally I would water this, but because I'm going to set this out and let it get rained on, I'm going to go ahead and plant it dry. I'm going to cover that up with a couple of inches of potting soil. Once again, I'm just going to use a few leaves. The great thing about crushed leaves are they're so light. Plants can just, some actual sunlight filters through there, and so the plants can sense that and come up through, and it's so light they can easily push through. Well, I happen to have this in the kitchen, so I was thinking I might use that. but it doesn't quite want to. You know, I could put the clips on there. This is just till they come up, obviously. Okay, we just did a little gardening on a rainy day. Okay. Ice cold. Maybe not ice cold, it's cold. So there's one other thing I wanted to do, and I wanted to check the level of the water in my cistern. I'm just trying to keep tabs on it to see if, you know, because thinking through 3.5 years, I just, you know, I've kind of deduced that the problem has to be at a certain place in order for it to be doing what it's doing. So let's go check the cistern, and fingers crossed. It's filling up a little bit from the last time you saw it, but look what's going on the side. But first you gotta check out this beautiful iris. Okay, look over here. I have a pond. Right here. Now, does this not suggest to you that it's leaking out of the PEX line? Otherwise, all of this water has to be running around the building, around this, which it could be. It could be. I mean, I see water all along through here. And of course, you've got water dripping off this roof. There's no gutter on the roof. Just want to see. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay. The water is coming up almost to the top. Now, if that line was sealed, would that do that? Obviously, I should have worn my raincoat over there. This is confirmation. I don't know how it could leak out of that PEX line, but it's sort of confirmation to me that that's where I need to start digging. 1 inch of rain off the roof puts 1,000 gallons in my cistern. If I could just get this to work. I just want to share, like real life, this is what goes on. These are the hardships and also the blessings. Right now, the whole garden, I put off mowing last week, even though I should have had it mowed, because the flea bane popped up. The flea bane is absolutely stunning, and be sure and check out my video on flea bane that I did last year. And right now is the time to start looking for your healthy, your beneficial, your medicinal weeds before you start mowing, because I have enough red clover to make medicine for this whole town. It hasn't started blooming yet. Neither has my crimson clover down in the lower garden, which I haven't done anything down there. But I'm going to give you a garden update and a seedling update in the next video, unless I get the eclipse video done first. So you have a lot to look forward to, and I hope you subscribe, click the bell for notifications, scroll down and click all so you won't miss an episode right here on the homestead. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video.